Okay, let's talk about the Mercury retrograde happening in April of the 2024 year. We are talking about the April 1st all the way to April 25th Mercury freaking retrograde. That's right, Mercury is going to be in retrograde for pretty much the entire month of April. What does it mean for you? How do you navigate it? Well, how it affects you? And of course, how you can win at the end. I am going to share with you all of this in this video here. And what you're going to be experiencing is also an awakening of consciousness, and you're going to be reflecting on some of the key important areas in your life, because it's also in the midst of the eclipse. I want to have a solar eclipse in the middle, but I'll talk about all of this, what it means, and more. So keep on watching. Welcome back. My name is Tina Wong. I am so happy that you're here. We're going to be talking about the energies of the Mercury retrograde in April 2024. And I missed you guys. If you guys haven't been around, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We talk a lot about the truth, awakening, identity shift, and of course, how you can be in your authentic expression. So let's talk about that. Mercury retrograde 2024, what you want to know is that this is a time of deep reflection. Mercury is a planet of a lot of reflection, a lot of communication, and also it's a huge planet when it comes to troubles and plans and big decisions. The planet of communication here is obviously here for you to understand how do you want to communicate in your life. What are the areas of communications in your life that can be improved? The conversation with yourself, right? The thoughts that you have, and also your relationships and the way you communicate with others. So this is definitely the time where you're going to be watching your communication style and what you are saying. When it's going to retrograde, it can be coming a lot of the icky communication, a lot of the delays, a lot of the unfortunate events can happen. Okay, and sometimes you can be missing the train. Sometimes the timetable gets messed up, or maybe this person thinks it's 5 a.m. in Tokyo, but it's actually not. There's like all of these mishaps and anything to do with communication, emails, texts, etc., typos, all of this for you to be aware. Okay, so I'll just say that and put it aside. I made a couple videos on my channel about this, so I won't go too much into it. But what I do want to talk about is this specific Mercury retrograde. We're starting out with the Sun being in Aries. So we're starting this Mercury retrograde on April's Fool. It's like, joke's on you, hello. So that is that energy of like, well, what do you want it to be? What do you want this Mercury retrograde to be? Because it is most of April. This is the month where you get to decide who you want to be, how you want to move forward. Do you want to move forward, or are there some things that you want to mend things? Okay. And secondly, what's going to be important for you to know during this time is that it's going to begin moving into the sign of Taurus. And Taurus is a very earthy, grounded, anchored, connected sign in the fields of finances, material, good food, intimacy, sensuality, stuff like that. So there can be a lot of these kind of areas being in reflection for you to understand, well, where do I want to move forward with these, and where have I been with these? Remember, retrograde is all about the reflection. So reflecting back into the previous, months, years, whatever, right? Where have you been? Were you like a sensual person? Would you say that? Can you tap into that? Do you want to tap into that? What's your relationship with food? What's your relationship with indulgence? What's your relationship with pleasure? Right? And we can go deeper into this. We're moving from your sense of self to your sense of pleasure, your sense of enjoyment of this life. You're going to be experiencing a huge aha moment around your finances at this time. Taurus is a very hardworking sign, and it knows how to deal with the moolah. Okay, so anything about the finances that you want to bring forth into clarity, or you want to have clarity around, or you want to go deeper in understanding any outdated patterns, with you and attracting money, attracting wealth, attracting resources. This is going to be a very potent time for you to clear out these limiting beliefs, to clear out what, feels like it's holding you back from living the true authentic life that you get to live. This Mercury retrograde is also in the midst of the solar freaking eclipse. So the new moon solar eclipse happening on April 8th, okay, note this day down. I made a separate video on this and I'll link it down below for you. And it's the video where I talk about all the important days that you want to mark about April. So definitely watch that one. April the 8th marks a huge awakening, a huge consciousness expansion around you, around what you want out of life, around what are you ready to take the lead and take the initiative in. Aries, fiery energy. So around your job, around your passion, around your purpose in life, about your what makes you feel passionate, what makes you feel excited, what makes you feel amped up, what motivates you. So this can change, Mercury retrograde is changing how you communicate that to the world, and is it still true? A lot of this can be coming, when it comes to your title, for example, or your position. Sometimes you can be saying like, oh, I'm a healer, I'm an astrologer, I'm a whatever, and then it doesn't resonate with you. What are you going to do? Right? So this time, feel into what resonates with you, what doesn't resonate with you, what title resonates with you, what descriptions, how people introduce you, how you introduce yourself. Is it still true? This is going to be around your field of identity. And the sun, solar, is around how you come through in the world. How do you shine in the world? And it being the solar eclipse, there's a lot of that darkness that overlays that sun, that shine. So it's like, what is blocking you from your purpose? What is blocking you from being the highest version of you? What is blocking you from being the truest, most self-expressed and authentic version of you? There's going to be a lot of talks and reflections and thinking and clearing and around authenticity. So make sure you tap into what makes you feel true, what is true, what makes you feel authentic. So this is why this Mercury retrograde is quite a dynamic one, I would say, because we're talking about the self, right? With this solar eclipse, the self. Who am I? What am I? How do I want to introduce myself to the world or reintroduce myself to the world? And the other hand is about, what do I want in my life now? What do I want in love? What do I want in relationship? What do I want in home? What do I want in career and finances? So there's like that self stabilizing, and then you're gonna branch out into the category, the subcategory. For me myself, I feel like I've undergone such a huge transformation in the past months of understanding who I am, and just kind of like taking some time off YouTube even to really reflect on, how do I want to show my true authentic self to the world? What do I want to share? What is my true authentic message? And it all comes down to know thyself. It's about the true alignment. It always comes back to that, but it evolves, it changes, it shifts as I shift, right? So for you, especially the ones who are here to do the big things, or know that you're here to do the big things, it's important for you to know that evolution is part of the process. Okay, so that's why, closer to the end of the Mercury retrograde, you are going to be hit with the full moon in Scorpio. Full moon is when you receive manifestation. Full moon is when a cycle completes. Full moon in Scorpio, my sign, by the way, Miss Scorpio. What are you? Let me know down below. Scorpio, it rules the underworld. Scorpio rules all things in secrecy. So meaning that it has to come through. Anything that has been hidden, it has to come through to the light. So allowing yourself to take some time and see what is it that you're ready to wrap up, so that you can go into your next level evolution. So you can be stepping into your phoenix freaking self, right? What are the things that you've been afraid to look at? Maybe it's a certain relationship. Maybe it's a certain healing. Maybe it's a certain trauma that you're ready to untangle. So around the full moon, expect a huge release of the past, of the outdated, of the no longers. I'll be making, videos and guides and meditations and energy activations and all of that for you to keep you on your toes, baby, because this is a big month and I want you to have everything checked. So how you can work with all of this Mercury retrograde energy is to remember that sometimes Mercury retrograde can have a really bad rap and it can sound really like crazy and intense and unexpected, which it is, all of that, but it's a beautiful time of clarification. It's like the storm, okay, that's bringing forth everything that you don't want to look at, that you are ready to look at. And then once it ends, the dust settles, you have your crystal clear clarity, because May, baby, is gonna be May. May is gonna be such a powerful month when a lot of changes and shifts are gonna happen, but you need that clarity from the month of April. So let me know what is your intention for April. Comment it down below, and of course, like this video if you got something from it, and make sure you check out my video on the 5 days that you absolutely want to know down the 5 major portals. This is Tina Wong. Subscribe if you want more. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.